Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to the sixth and final episode of Journey into the Present. This one is called Reflections. My journey for the purposes of this series began when I became fully aware of my non-present thoughts and how pervasive they have become over my day-to-day life. I say this to make clear, my journey is far from complete. What I believe may be most helpful is providing some examples of what present thinking is, what it is not, and actions I take on a daily basis on my continued journey. I hope sharing these thoughts with you aids you on your own journey. As I reflect over the last 25 years of my adult life, I have no regrets. Plenty of learnings, triumphs, failures, and everything in between. It can be said that everything comes to you in a time when you are ready to receive it. Could I have learned everything I learned in these last 2 years sooner? I'll never know, but I'll also not spend any time trying to answer that question. There's nothing there for me in the past other than my memories, both good and bad, learnings and reflections. What I have learned is thinking of the past in and of itself is fine. Where it created issues for me is when I thought, what if? I spent so much time on what if. What if I had just seen that red flag sooner? What if I had done this or done that? What if I could have succeeded on this project? What would that have done to my career? What if? Now when I think of the past, it isn't tied to any different outcome, because even if I could change the past, I would change who I am right now, and I'm very happy with who I am right now, and I have no desire to change that. So without accepting where you are, right now, you are simply denying reality and choosing to live unconsciously. No one's perfect, and I am no exception. By focusing on the now, you can begin changing your behaviors that you wish were different. Not past-focused or future-focused, but now-focused. Here's how I do that on a daily basis. Each day when I wake up, one of my first thoughts is for my kids. One of them's in college, the other two I have half the time, and I usually send them a quick message to let them know that I'm thinking of them. I send them messages even when I have them, which probably seems weird, but trying to communicate with kids on their level. But I always send it to them because I generally wake up before they do. And I love the idea that no matter where they are, they wake up with a message from me or can expect one. This helps keep me present because it serves as a reminder of what I have to be grateful for at any moment. As the day progresses, regardless of the type of day I'm having, I have to remind myself to truly stay in the moment. This is hard when the cell phone's going off, the emails are coming in, and you're running from meeting to meeting. Not to mention, sometimes your kids need things during the day. And then somewhere in there, you have to find time for groceries, to wash clothes, plan dinner, etc. I still write down what I need to do on a given day, but I have removed all judgment from it. This means that as long as I'm consistently achieving my goals, I'm on the right path. If I'm not, that is a sign that my boundaries have weakened and I have taken on too much, or I need to more effectively prioritize what does and what does not receive my energy. In some cases, this involves saying no to more work on the job, or maybe I can do that later, but I can't commit to that right now. In your personal life, this may mean cutting off people whose motives you have to question, or whose influence is not a positive one. Just remember, each day, your best is going to vary. We're all human, not machines, so that's okay. Towards the evening, whether I'm with my kids, my friends, my girlfriend, or alone, I try to enjoy, learn, laugh, empathize, or whatever the emotion might be in the moment, to do so fully. If you find it hard to sit in your current emotional state for long periods of time, don't be discouraged or feel the need to always be busy. As I have learned to allow my mind to rest, even if the ego is telling me it needs to be doing something, the peace and agility that brings to me my thinking has been truly immeasurable. And as I close the day, I reflect again on all that has gone well and all of the learning opportunities I've had. I don't live in the past, but I reflect on how I showed up that day, how I can learn from it, but not carry with me all of that day's baggage. You can do this alone, but you may also find doing this with a friend, a therapist, or a significant other. You can even talk to your pet. They're great listeners, but I've generally found that their counsel is lacking. To me, living presently does not mean never thinking of the past or never thinking of the future. It means you only visit those places. You don't live there. Prior to 2 years ago, I probably spent less than 10% of my adult life living in the present. Most days now, 80+% living in the present. You still need to plan, you still need to be self-aware and reflect. Learning to do that without judgment requires you to determine why you are struggling to do just that. If it's hard for you, then why? Is it because you don't feel worthy? You don't believe it's possible? Your mind simply won't shut off and allow you to enjoy the present? It could be any of those scenarios, or it could be none of them. But you have to commit, be disciplined, and stay in a place of discomfort. At least in my journey, the only way to the other side was directly through the pain, discomfort, and suffering. My mind today is more clear. My body has significantly less pain. I am rarely triggered, even when provoked repeatedly. My career continues to be very challenging, as is being a single dad. But I don't worry about what happened with either of those in the future. And I don't not worry because I'm arrogant or don't care, but simply because my best chance to be great is focusing right here in the now. I tried planning millions of scenarios in the past. Not only did those events never occur, it was wasted energy that prevented me from truly living right here in the now. I will close with this thought. What some of you may notice in these reflections, there is no "I'm searching for my purpose" or my place. Perhaps it will be different for you, but I have found that my purpose, my place, is to live the most complete and full life I can, and the path for me to do so is right here in the now. I'm a better friend, companion, employee, although my boss may have a word about that, than I've ever was, and I don't think I was bad to begin with. For some, that may not be enough, but for me, waking up from unconsciousness has been the greatest gift that I could have received here on earth, and it is my hope you are able to find yours too, starting now. Thank you so much for joining my 6-part journey into the present. Take care, and all the best.